Love prevails, seems appropriate right now, and conquers all. Love divine, I hear its call. When I lose myself and everything else fails, I remember the love prevails. And when I'm lost and gone astray, something in me knows I will find my way. 'Cause there is a light that guides me home, and then I know I'm not alone, because love prevails and conquers all. Love divine, I hear its call. And when I lose myself and everything else fails, I remember that love prevails. We're on a journey, we travel far, we're always searching for that guiding star. Why try so hard? Why search so high when all we need is here inside? Remember that love prevails and conquers all. Love divine, I hear its call, yeah, yeah. And when I lose myself and everything else fails, I remember that love prevails. It's the secret of the ages. Love is. It's the gift of seers and sages. Love is. It's the miracle that's gonna set us free. Love, love is you and me. Love prevails and conquers all. Love divine, I hear its call. When I lose myself and everything else fails, I remember love prevails. I remember love, love, love is what we need right now, and love, sweet love, love is what we've got to have. Some more love, love, love. Can you sing just that line? Just say love, love, love. Sing that again. Just say love, love, love is what we need, what we need now. Love, 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 love. So love prevails in the midst of, is it a little crazy out there in the world right now, or is it just me that thinks that this is what's going on? Just a little bit? So that's what I want to talk about today, is love. And that title, Heal the World, Love Yourself, Heal the World. We all know this. I'm going to just tell you stuff that you already know, but remind you that in order for us to heal this world, it starts with us. It starts with us right here. There's a song I recorded years ago, Loving Kindness, and it's just, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well, may I be peaceful and at ease, and may I be happy. And it starts with, you sing that, and then you say, may you be filled, and then may we be filled. But it starts with us filling up our cup, filling up our love cups. So it feels to me sometimes that this whole love process, it's like lifting weights. It's like every day you have to lift that love muscle, and sometimes it gets a little atrophied. But it's like, the first time you pick up 50 pounds, you're going to kind of go, oh my God, can I do this? But if we can just pick up that love muscle every day, just pick up that weight and just keep practicing it, it gets easier. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. But my first question, and I always ask this before I start every talk because it's the most important thing, how did you start your day today? Did you start your day in love? Did you wake up this morning, your little eyes popped open, and you went, it's a beautiful day, it's sunny in San Francisco, and you sashayed into the bathroom, and you looked at yourself in the mirror and went, oh my God, did you get more beautiful overnight? Look at you, you're so gorgeous, look at this body, look at everything, oh my God. Did you do that? Or did you kind of go, oh my God? So I truly believe that the way we start our day is how everything goes from that place. If you start your day rushing out the door and, not having that moment of just giving yourself just a little bit of love, and I'm just talking about, you could wake up in the morning and go, good morning, little sweet one, how are you today? Just do some kind of little thing of just connecting in with your heart, even just saying, and this is one of my processes, even just saying, what does my heart have to say today to myself? What does my heart have to say? And just to start your day connecting in with your heart. When you walk out the door, it's going to be different. You're going to see people through that loving compassion. So here's the thing. Loving and compassion only happens with everyone out there if you have it for yourself. You all know this, right? I'm just going to remind you. But how can you be non-judgmental, loving, all these things, if you're beating yourself up inside? It's got to start here. And so again, I always think about, what are the first thoughts you have? We have 60,000 thoughts every day. What are the first thoughts of your day? So if you wake up and you're going, oh my God, this day is going to be horrible, or you're hearing music in your mind like the Beatles singing, I think I'm going to be sad. I think it's today, yeah. Or you have the Bee Gees going, tragedy, tragic. Or Linda Ronstadt, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. I mean, if you have those kinds of thoughts, that's why I have songs like I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love, when I start my day with love. So I want to talk about that mirror concept, because when you look in the mirror in the morning and you see yourself, if you could just even take that moment to just acknowledge yourself, to just say, good morning, sweet one. Let's have a great day, something like that. Now, I have this friend that Cindy and Ann in Illinois knows, named Noreen. And Noreen is from New York. And Noreen has this mirror exercise that she's been doing for 15 years. Now, she does this at the end of the day, but you could do this at the beginning of the day, whatever works for you. And in Noreen's case, someone told her about this exercise, and it was just about acknowledging yourself. And you're supposed to say your name and then say, I acknowledge you for blank. So Noreen started this, and she thought she would do it for a week. And she got so much out of it, she kept going on. And she's been doing it for 15 years. And what she does is at the end of every day, she looks in the mirror and she goes, Noreen, she's from New York. Did I tell you she's from New York? She's very New Yorky. Noreen, I acknowledge you today because, someone cut in front of line in front of you and you wanted to flip them in the bird, but you didn't do that, Noreen. You loved them. You gave them, they were allowed to come in front of you. And Noreen, I acknowledge you today because blah, blah. And she does this every day, but what she said is that what happens is that she looks for ways that she's going to acknowledge herself at the end of the day. She's in her consciousness always looking for the good that she did. And that's one of the things that I feel that we are lacking, is giving ourselves credit, really acknowledging ourselves. I have an exercise that I do in all my women's retreats, It's called Drop and Give Me 20. And it doesn't mean drop and give me 20 push-ups. It means that you walk around you go to as many people as you can. You get to as many people, and you're all walking around the room, and you say, the truth about me is I am what? And it's so funny because when I tell everyone this exercise, you could see everybody rehearsing. They're going, okay, I'm this, and I go, and you can't repeat anything. You have to always say a new thing, and they go, and then I say to them, if you can't think of 10 things that are great about you, we've got some work to do. Because really, they look at it and think, oh my God, what happens if I run out of things? And I just say, if you can't come up with 20 things that are great about you, so look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am smart, I'm a good friend, whatever that is. So going on a deeper level of this idea of looking in the mirror, there was a woman that I heard about years ago, that she was a nurse, and she had polio when she was growing up, and she was born this way, and she was overweight, she hated her body, she just really had all of these issues around her body. And she got diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And because she was a nurse, she knew where this was going. And she made a vow to herself. She said, oh, let me actually read you what her quote was. Wait a second. She said, since I knew I was dying anyway, why not have the short time that I'm here that I finally learn to love myself unconditionally? To finally learn, and she said, before I go, this is my vow. So what she did was she would go in front of the mirror every day, naked, naked, and she had to come up with 3 things that she loved about herself. And every time she did this, she couldn't do it. She would sit there and she would just look at everything that was bad and just berate herself and just say she's ugly, and all this kind of stuff. But time marched on, and now she's in a wheelchair. And now she rolls herself in front of the mirror every day, naked, to try and find something that she likes. Eventually, after months of doing this exercise, she started to say, well, I've always gotten compliments on my hair. And, I've got really pretty hands. And she started slowly starting to see the little things about her on my eyes. When I look at someone, I know that my eyes sparkle a little bit. And she started just very slowly turning that little tanker ship to go in a different direction and started to see the good in her. And because of that, she cured herself of ALS. She's one of a handful of people who have cured themselves of this, just from gratitude, just from love. I mean, you can look her up. She's in the books her name is Evie McDonald. And what's really amazing for me is I wrote a song based on this story called I Look Good. It was all about standing in front of the mirror and going, I look good, and trying to really get that. And I was at a conference years ago, and they said, Karen, could you go and do music for this speaker in this other building? And I ran over there, and who's the speaker but Evie McDonald? And it was a joy to meet her, and she told me her whole story. And when she cured herself, she decided that she wanted to really take this message out into the world, so she became a minister with a message of just gratitude and love for yourself. So I look at that, and I think, how can I hear a story like that, I think, how can I look in the mirror and think anything but just gratitude for this body that works? There's a song I always sing in all my retreats. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. I mean, really, when you embody those words written by Libby Roderick, how could anyone ever tell you you're anything less than beautiful? I mean, you are a child of God. You are placed here on this earth to shine your light. And the more we shine our lights, the more we love ourselves, the more we give that light out to everyone we meet. The barista at Starbucks, that you can just see them and communicate with them and love them. And the person who cut you off in line in the Costco, whatever, that you can just see everyone from those eyes of compassion. And as I said, I truly do believe that it is a practice. It is truly a practice because, I wrote a song years ago called I Will Be Gentle with Myself. And this is probably, of all my chants, it's probably my most popular chant. And it just says, I will be gentle with myself, I will be gentle with myself, and I will love myself like a newborn baby child. And I had done something really dumb. And I called up a girlfriend of mine, and I said, oh my God, you wouldn't believe the stupid thing I did. I'm such an idiot. And she says, stop right there. I will not have you talk to my friend like that. Those are the friends you need who say stuff like that to you. And she said what we all know. Would you ever talk to a child the way you're talking to yourself right now? Would you ever imagine using that tone with yourself? And how often do we do that? Totally unconsciously. We'll just go, oh God, you're just an idiot. Why'd you do that? And she said, imagine right now you are just that little baby who's trying to stand up for the first time. What would you do? And of course you'd go, come on, little one, you can do it. Come on, come on, come on. And so I hung up the phone, and I remember rocking myself, just kind of doing that natural thing that babies do. And I was rocking myself, and I heard those lines of, I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go, and I'll be gentle with myself. And I just started to sing that to myself, and I comforted myself in that way. And I invite you all to, the next time your inner critic comes up and does anything like that to you, that says you're an idiot, that you just go, stop, back off. And I'll teach this to you, my favorite line. I know you are there. I hear what you say, but that is not my truth today. So everyone do a little attitude, go like this. Come on, do it. There you go, because you all have an inner critic, yes, or is it just me? You just have to tell it to back off. You have to say no, because that's like an old script from years and years ago of saying, you're just not as good as Francine Fromberg, and you're just, you're too old, you're too this, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too whatever. Back off. I love this quote from Alan Cohen. To love yourself right now, just as you are, is to give yourself heaven. Don't wait until you die. If you wait, you die right now. If you love, you live right now. So, as I said, it's a practice. It is truly a practice. And one of the things that I did recently that I must say I beat myself up for a little bit, that Cindy and I went to this, I facilitated a retreat at Unity Village every year, and we did it a few months ago. I'm doing it again in October. And the woman who put the conference on was so fabulous, and I thought, well, I want to give her a little gift. And I thought, I'm going to send her roses. So I go online, and I do everything, and I'm sending her like 24 roses. It was some special or whatever. And I'm sending her 24 roses, and I'm so excited about doing this that by the time I hit send, right as I hit send, I realized I forgot to write her name in the recipient, and I was sending them to myself. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I'm the person who wrote, I will be gentle with myself. I am beating myself up. I'm going, you idiot, how could you do this? And then there's even more shame about, you wrote, I will be gentle with myself. What are you doing? So I'm just going through all this beating myself up, and I thought, okay, well, I'm sure I can work this out. I'll do another order. I'll send it to her, and I'll just cancel that first order. So I immediately, within 30 seconds, I write to the company saying, I did this stupid thing, can you cancel that first order? Well, they write me back the next day and say, I'm sorry, we can't cancel your order. I don't know why. They couldn't. So now I have all this guilt and shame and beating myself up that I not only send her, anyway. So the roses come, and I'm going, here come the roses. And I bring them in the house. And then I thought, all right, Drucker, practice what you preach, girlfriend. Here is your opportunity. How are you going to love yourself? And I remember getting those, and the roses were beautiful. And I put them in a vase, and I said, this is your gift to yourself. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Happy Valentine's Day. Love yourself up. You did a great job at this conference. Just own it and accept it. And now I'm telling you, I think I'm going to do this more often. And I invite you, with Valentine's Day coming up, forget about spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends or whatever. Take yourself out. Give yourself the best chocolate. Give yourself some flowers. Don't just go to Trader Joe's and get the cheap ones. Get yourself some nice ones. You know, what can you do for yourself on that day that is about self-love? And I end this today with this. I'm going to sing a little song here at the end, but I just want to say one thing. That I remember being at a friend's funeral years ago, and this was a very good friend of mine who was just so full of life and love. And he was one of these people who just didn't really get it, who didn't receive it, who didn't take it in. You could tell him a compliment, he'd go, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. He would just like somehow bat it away. And I remember everybody standing up at his memorial and going on and on and on about how funny and gracious and kind and caring, and he'd do the extra mile for you, and you know who I'm talking about, Valerie. And, you know, and I just remember sitting there, and I was so struck with, I wish he knew it. I wish he could have heard that when he was here. But he didn't. He couldn't, because he couldn't feel it for himself. So anything that came to him was like it just had a shield here. And I remember I came home that day and I wrote this little song that said, if only you could see yourself as other people do, you would see the light of love that shines to everyone. You would understand the reason why people care for you. You would see that. You would know that you are loved. So I say to all of us, don't play the waiting game. Don't do the game in your mind that your inner critic will set up saying, oh, I'll love myself when I lose weight. Start exercising. Get that soulmate that I've been wanting all my life. Accomplish something. Start now, today. Make Valentine's Day be a total celebration of you. But don't wait, because the truth is exactly what I said right there. I truly believe that we will heal the world if we allow our lights to shine, if we allow ourselves to feel that love for ourselves. So, with that, I want to teach you a little chant here. Oh, I'm not done yet. You are seen, you are heard, you are loved for who you are. You are enough, you are complete, you are loved. Can you sing that with me? You are seen, you are heard, you are heard, you are loved for who you are. You are enough, you are enough, you are complete, you are complete, you are loved. Now, if you want to just kind of look around the room a little bit and say, we are seen, we are heard, we are heard, and we are loved for who we are. We are enough, we are enough, we are complete, we are complete, we are loved, we are. Now, if you want to put your hand on your heart and give it to yourself, I am seen, I am heard, I'm loved, I am loved for who I am. I am enough, I am enough, I am complete, I am complete, I am loved, I am loved. Embody that again. I am seen, I am heard, I am heard, I am loved, I am loved for who I am. I am enough, I am enough, I am complete, I am complete, I am loved, and I am loved. Sing that line again. I am loved. You are loved. You are. We are loved. We are. I So repeat after me. I am loved. I am perfect, whole, and complete. There's nothing I need to change. I don't need to lose weight because I'm perfect as I am. And the truth about me is I'm fabulous. Thank you for listening, everyone. I appreciate it.